Hello gunners, welcome back to another video, and all I'm going to say is if Mikel Arteta really pulls this off, it's going to be wrapped for the rest of the Premier League. But before I get into everything, a bit of transfer news in terms of Smith Rowe and Nelson too. If I could just ask you to please smash the subscribe button if you are new here, smash the like button and turn on those notifications so you never miss videos like this. So without further ado, let's begin, and I'm just going to go straight off into it. And Arteta is apparently putting a Rice type presentation for talented winger Nico Williams. You heard that right, Nico Williams, the guy that was balling out the Euros. Mikel Arteta has this whole presentation ready to try and convince him to join Arsenal, and according to the reliable source Team News and Ticks, Arsenal are apparently going to meet Nico Williams this week and try and talk him through it. I know his priority is Barcelona, but Arsenal are sniffing around if that doesn't get done. And the Athletic have actually, announced that Barcelona may not have the finances to pull off the Nico Williams deal. So Arsenal are already trying to lure him in, if he doesn't go to Barcelona, that he can come to Arsenal. And can you imagine how incredible this would be? He'd solve so many of our problems. And although it's going to be a very hard thing to get him away from wanting to go to Barcelona and staying in Spain, we must remember Mikel Arteta is Spanish, he's Basque, he's had the taste of playing abroad as a Spaniard. He is probably the best man for this job, and bringing Nico Williams, if Mikel Arteta does this, I will be in absolute awe of him forever, because I'm just thinking and licking my lips at a front three: Nico Williams, Havertz, Saka. Nico Williams, maybe if we sign this striker, and then Saka. Martinelli can play centre forward, so you can do Nico Williams, Martinelli and Saka too. Could you imagine how delicious that front three would be? And then you've got the likes of Trossard as well there. It would absolutely be incredible. He's got that 1v1 pace, he's direct, he's skillful, an eye for goal. He's young, 21 years old, and so much to learn. And Mikel Arteta is incredible at working with young wingers. So if you could imagine Mikel Arteta having Nico Williams when he's already such a top player, I'm just going to say the rest of the Premier League, it is not looking good for you. Arsenal, with their young front three, Havertz is 26, 25, Saka is 22, Nico Williams is 21. You're looking at what, like 6-7 years if they all stay at the club for a long time, of them guys dominating the Premier League. I mean, wow, I just can't wait and hope this happens with all my fingers are crossed. If there's one player I want to see Arsenal sign, it is definitely Nico Williams. And let me know your thoughts on Nico Williams, guys. Am I overrating him? Because I watched him at the Euros. I've known him for a very long time at Atletico Bilbao. I've advocated for this guy for such a long time. If you guys know about my previous videos about the transfer window, I've been saying Arsenal need to get Nico Williams. Nico Williams, everyone was saying Leao, Gyökeres. I was like, no, get me Nico Williams, as a direct winger who can play both left wing and right wing. So he also solves the issue of a Saka backup. We've been crying out for one. Nico Williams can comfortably play on that side of the pitch if needed, and he can comfortably be first choice on the left wing as well. So he just gives us so many options, and it just would be so perfect to have him in our squad. And I don't think we'll need to sign an attacker for a very long time, maybe a striker next season, but after that we'll be absolutely set with Nico Williams coming to the club. And I talk about him being such a good market opportunity because he would also only cost 50 million. That release clause is so low for a player of his quality. And the fact that maybe his wages, he wants like 300 grand per week. Sometimes we got to be annoying in the window. Let's give him the money he wants. Lure the best talents to our club, because he would be the perfect addition over on our flanks. And Mikel Arteta, work your magic. If he pulls this off and brings Nico Williams to Arsenal whilst he's heavily wanting to go to Barcelona, I will take my hat off, which I'm not wearing right now, but if I was wearing a hat right now, I would take it off, throw it away, and just clap for Mikel Arteta, because signing someone like Nico Williams is probably the best thing that could possibly happen. And I'm just going to show you something, because I did make a little post. If you guys follow my Instagram at Arsenalfnatics, I did make a post about Arsenal's possible squad, and I was getting quite a lot of criticism. This is unrealistic, but okay, let's just have a little bit of fun. Here it is behind to the side of me actually, and that's what it's looking like. Look at that front three, it is just delicious. You've got Havertz, you've got Nico Williams, and you've got Saka. That is just incredible. And look at the backup options as well. Gabriel Jesus can be the right wing. There's just so much versatility between the front players. Trossard is there, he can play centre forward, left wing or right wing as well. Martinelli can play left wing, right wing, centre forward as well. So all those players in that front line in this graphic can play across the front line. It's just the most perfect thing. Then you've got Havertz as well, who's the number 9 here. I don't know if, I think next season for Havertz playing up front is probably the big thing. If he can perform, we won't probably buy an expensive striker. If he doesn't perform, we can go and get someone else and he'll be the deputy number 9, and maybe someone like Trossard may have to leave next season. But wow, I'm just looking at that front line firstly, and I'm just thinking this is incredible. If we have this, I don't think there's a better, you know, wealth of options and different types of players across the whole of Europe, if I'm going to be honest with you. Now let's look at that midfield, because this is where a lot of people criticize me, because I've got Eze, Merino and Guimaraes. But apparently, according to Team News and Ticks, one of Arsenal's top football sources, Arsenal may go back in for Bruno Guimaraes at the end of the window, towards the end of the window, I'm sorry. So I just thought, okay, let's put him in. And then you've got Merino, who would cost like 25 million. And I'm just thinking, you know, Eze as well, 60 million release clause. That's with Smith Rowe leaving, Nketiah leaving, Nelson leaving. I'm going to talk about them a little bit later. But all those players leaving, there's so much money there. That's pure profit with all of them being homegrown. So I don't see why we can't splash the cash and change that whole left, you know, sort of side. Eze can also play left wing and right wing too. So it's just perfect. And then, of course, in that right number 8 spot, Martin Odegaard, Vieira. One more season for Vieira, I think. Maybe another one after this, but it's a big season for him. Show your quality off the bench, displace Odegaard if you want to, show your quality. We know there's a quality player in there, so it's big for him. Hopefully no injuries and he can show his quality. But that midfield just looks absolutely delicious. Merino as well can play in the 6, and then let's go on to the number 6 role. You've got Declan Rice there, right at the base, to start at number 6, of course. Then you've got Partey and Jorginho, and this is really interesting. I think Partey may leave the club. I think Arsenal would take or bite a club's hand off for like 10 million, 15 million. So maybe that is going to be a player who's removed from this graphic by the end of the window. But the fact you've got Jorginho deputying to Rice is absolutely incredible. Rice can play the 8 in some games, Jorginho the 6, and if Partey stays, Partey stays, he can play the 6, and Declan Rice can play the 8. So much options. It's just delicious, this whole graphic. I was licking my lips when I was making it, because I was like, if we could come out with a squad like this, maybe not this season, but the season after, I will be absolutely delighted, because the options are great. Then if you're looking at the back line, let's get into it. Calafiori, left back, I just want to remind you guys, it is not over with that deal. Talks are ongoing, and it will get done. It will definitely get done. I'm the most confident about this deal, because he's just been on holiday, like I've reiterated in every video I've done. Calafiori is on holiday. When he is back, that one will be wrapped up. We'll have our man. He can play the left back role. He can play centre back if needed as well. It's just perfect. You've got Zinchenko. I think you always need a profile like Zinchenko. I know a lot of you hate him, but he is needed in that left back sort of role. Then in the back 4, you've got Kiwior and Gabriel. Kiwior may leave, and Calafiori can still be deputy to Gabriel, and then Timber can play left back. It's just beautiful. Look at the options in there. I mean, Saliba, Tomiyasu can play centre half, left back, left centre back, right back. It's just perfect. White as well, right back, centre back, left centre back, right. He can play anywhere across that back 4, and look at the options. It is just absolutely incredible. And then finally, let's look in the goalkeeping department. Raya there with Bentley, and I'm sure maybe Setford will be the 3rd choice, or Hine, or whoever it is. It's not really important, to be honest, because I expect, you know, Raya will play every single game. And then of course Ramsdale is set to leave the club. I think that's pretty much set in stone. So that graphic, when I was making it, I was like, wow, if this can be Arsenal within the next 3 seasons, that would be incredible. You know, there's a lot of different profiles, and I think everything is sort of fixed. You've got players who can do different roles in different games, so absolutely incredible stuff. And yeah, just to end off this video, you know, Nelson, apparently West Ham are going to send in a little bid for him. Around 20 to 25 million is our price tag. He wants to go to West Ham, so some pure profit there. Smith Rowe, he seems like he's going to go off to Fulham and Crystal Palace. They are going to do a little bidding war for him. It'll be a shame, but if we can get that 30 to 40 million that we want, it will be an absolutely incredible deal for us, and I wish him well. And finally, Eddie Nketiah is set to go to Marseille. Nothing is agreed, nothing is accelerated, but they are in pole position and they're feeling confident to get that done. So hopefully we can get a nice 35 to 40 million for him as well, because he is a top quality young striker who would give us pure profit. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. Please smash that like button if you haven't already, and until next time, peace.